Hey everybody, Hot Dog Boy here, and oh my goodness, what a month for Tilray stock. It has been crazy. I thought it was going to crash in November, it ended up coming a little bit late in December, but I am still thrilled, and oh man, what a ride it has been. So I started paying attention to Tilray stock back in September the 19th. It had a massive 38% jump. Intraday, it went up to 300, up from its IPO price 3 months earlier at $17. So if you managed to call it perfectly and you bought at the IPO at 17 and sold at the top of the year, you would have made 17 fold your money. So me seeing this, I knew that the stock was way overinflated, but I didn't quite have the balls to short until that specific day because I saw the stock price jump up to 300 and then come crashing back down, and I told myself a lot of investors that were confident in the stock that bought at 300 and saw it drop below 250 that exact same day, their heart was going to be totally out of the game. So on October 2nd, I began my short position at a price of 147 shorts. Sorry, $147.25 for 50 shorts. And then I saw it ride up. It climbed back up to 170. My heart sank, and then it came back down, went back up. But for the last month, it's just been a steady decline, and I have been closing shorts and adding more off and on over the last couple months. Managed to make Tilray my second biggest win for the year, and I'm pretty thrilled with it. But I think it still has further to drop. If we look at upcoming dates, we had the Novartis deal, which was the 18th, and we had the Anheuser-Busch deal, which was yesterday actually. And these look like good news for the stock. They look similar to the Constellation Brands deal with Canopy Growth Corporation and the Cronos deal with Altria. But there's one very important distinction that you can kind of figure out with a careful reading, is that the deals with Novartis are research deals, and distribution deals with Novartis, Tilray has made a deal with Novartis to share their drug distribution network, and Anheuser-Busch has made a deal to research cannabis-infused beverages with Tilray. But those are not really anywhere near as significant as the other pot deals. So you saw the stock jump up, but after each of those dates, I added more shorts. And one of the reasons why I'm so confident is because Cronos and Canopy Growth, they're much more reasonably priced, whereas Tilray is so massively inflated. Any of these other companies, like Anheuser-Busch, they're not going to buy Tilray stock right now because they know that it's going to come down later. So I'm confident that nobody's going to buy Tilray stock until my shorts are closed up. And the reason why no one's going to buy them now is because there's the dreaded lockup date that's happening January 15th. So January 15th of 2019 is when all the institutional investors that bought stock have the right to sell it. So basically, you get a special deal with the company. They sell you stock before it IPOs so you can get it as cheap as possible. But then you're not allowed to resell it until a certain date. So that specific date for Tilray is January 15th. So a lot of people holding Tilray stock are going to anticipate that massive sell-off on January 15th. So I actually might close my positions, close my shorts rather, in the week preceding it, because I know that a lot of people are going to expect the same thing that I am, and they're going to close their shorts on January 16th, which might cause the stock to have a run-up. Because Tilray is heavily shorted right now. About 18% of the float is shorts. Another important number is there are 95 million shares of Tilray out there. 75 million of them are actually owned by a mutual fund company that has the same CEO, Brendan Kennedy, who's trying to kill the shorts. So if you paid attention this week, all this information was released. It was sort of made to look like deals similar to, again, the Kronos deal and the Canopy Growth deal. But because there's no purchase of stocks, the value didn't hold. So if you followed the Kronos deal, you saw the stock was around like upper $8, like $8.50, $8.75. Then the day of the announcement, there was kind of rumors that Kronos was partnering with Altria. It jumped about 17%. And then a couple days after, that was confirmed. And then the stock jumped 33% in one day. And a lot of that was due to Altria actually buying shares at, I think, a price of $12.10. And they bought 45% of the company. So that's a massive buying of the company, which sent the stock swinging up. So with no purchase of shares, Tilray's value hasn't really increased. They're also not getting any cash to expand their operations. And a lot of that stock is owned by Brendan Kennedy, the CEO of Tilray and the mutual fund company. So he's trying to burn us shorts by releasing news that looks like it's a lot bigger of a deal than it actually is. But you'll see the 10+% gains that the stock got after the Novartis deal and the Anheuser-Busch deal quickly faded the very next day. But I wouldn't be surprised if Brendan Kennedy has something else up his sleeve for me in the next couple weeks. But personally, I don't think it's coming because that stock is so overvalued that any reasonable businessman is not going to buy it. So we'll see what's happening in the coming weeks. I'm planning on completely closing my shorts. So I did add another 25 at the spike for the Novartis deal, and then another 25 at the spike with the Anheuser-Busch deal after that. I plan on closing at least 50 of my 100 shorts before January 15th, and then maybe another 50 after. But if the stock price drops below about $40, I'll probably just close the entire thing. I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped below $50 or $40, again, because everyone that bought an IPO bought at $17. So people that bought at $17 with the lockup, they saw the price jump up to $300, and then they're biting nails saying, oh, please don't go down, please don't go down, please don't go down. Because even if the stock stays at $40, if they sell on January 15th, or January 16th rather, they've already doubled their money. So the stock still has quite a ways to fall, and it'll still be a great selling opportunity for anybody that bought an IPO. So I feel very confident in my short position. I'm going to close it and hopefully make around $5,000. And again, my second biggest position for the year. I'm pretty sure it's going to go well with me. Stay tuned.